3 years locked. Like, in like 2 weeks. That's alright. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. Today I wanted to have a lock chat with you guys about 6 things that I think are very, very important for you to know before you start a lock journey. So if you are thinking about starting a lock journey, stay tuned. The first most important thing that I feel like you should know is the sizing and the partings. You need to know if you're going to want thick locks, medium locks, thin locks, because that's something you cannot change. I mean, you can combine your locks if you feel like you made them too skinny, but if you feel like you made them too thick, there is nothing you can do about that except start your locks all over. There is no, I mean, I guess you could cut it and split it, but that just sounds horrible, so I wouldn't recommend anybody do that. As far as partings, say you wanted a clean center part. You're used to wearing your hair in a clean center part, but the way you did your locks, you don't have a clean center part. There's nothing you can do about that either. So you need to make sure when you set your foundation, you have your hair parted how you want it to fall, and that you know kind of an idea of how many locks you want in your head or how dense you want your locks to be. Because again, those are things that once it's set in stone, that is it. The second thing you need to be sure of is, are you going to be maintaining your locks on your own, or are you going to be depending on a loctician? Because if you're going to be doing your locks on your own, then that means you need to learn how to retwist and learn the proper products that you put in your hair to keep them healthy. If you are going to go to a loctician, then that means you need to be prepared to make this an investment, because it is not cheap to visit a loctician. There are locticians that charge over $100 just for a retwist, and God knows how much for an installation. So if it's something that you're going to want a loctician to maintain for you, then you need to understand it is an investment and they don't play about their money, okay? So be mindful of that. And if you're going the semi-freeform route or freeform route like myself, then you don't even have to worry about that. You know, you just maybe get them installed and then let it go, or you know, you're good however it falls. So that's something you need to know. The third thing that you need to know, let me look on my phone, I have all this written down. Frizz and shrinkage is inevitable. I cannot tell you how many people, because I do locks as well, and I cannot tell you how many people I install them and 3 weeks later they're calling me like, I have so much frizz, what am I supposed to do? Do I come back? No. You're supposed to have frizz. That is what your hair has to frizz up to lock. That is the budding process. That is a part of the whole procedure. So if you don't want to see frizz in your hair, then you really don't want locks, because there's no way to avoid that if you're going the authentic route, which is starting with coils or 2-strand twists. There is absolutely no way to avoid frizz or shrinkage, because your hair has to shrink up to actually lock. Say you know you have curly hair, and as it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter to form into a lock, it's going to shrink. Yes, your hair is still growing, but you're not going to see growth like come down in your hair until your hair is completely locked for the most part. Once your hair is completely locked, then you will start to see the growth. I lost probably about 50% of my length the first 6 months of my lock journey. And that's just how it goes. Like, you can't, there's nothing you can do about it. So if you're not ready for that, then again, you might want to rethink this. But keep in mind, it's part of the process. So it's totally worth it to go through, and then you can look back at your old pictures and really see how the journey went for you. So I think it's a beautiful thing when you actually look back to it and get to see what your hair looked like. The fourth thing is you need to know what products to avoid. So I could tell you what products to use, but locks is not one size fits all. As long as you're using, you know, clean products, you should be fine. There's a gajillion on the market. The products that you need to avoid though are heavy creams and heavy waxes. Those are going to cause buildup in your locks, and you know how locks are. You know, it's matted up hair, so product does not, when you wash your hair, product can't just run through it freely. It gets stuck in there. So if you're using something heavy, it's going to be even harder for you to wash out. I highly recommend you just stick to lightweight oils and water. You know, I don't use anything in my hair personally, but you know, if you're somebody who wants manicured locks, find a gel or a product that is as natural as possible. If there's a list of ingredients in there that you don't even understand what all that stuff is, you might not want to use it in your hair. Just keep it very, very simple, because like I said, once you start putting wax on top of your hair and heavy creams back to back to back, before you know it, it will get stuck inside of your locks. I've seen people cut their locks off, and when they like cut it in the center, it's completely white, creamy stuff all inside of it, just from products that they have used over the years. So I don't recommend that, and that can also cause, you know, smell in your hair after time. So just avoid those products. The fifth thing is you might receive some judgment or backlash. It's no different than if you went on a natural hair journey from relaxed hair. People make fun of you when you first chop your hair off and have a tiny little afro. I don't know why we do that to each other, but we do. But it's even worse when you start a lock journey. You know, there's going to be people making comments, and you just have to have thick skin and realize that you are doing this for you. This is something that you want for yourself, and it's beyond the physical. Like, it's just something that you want for yourself. You know, you might even have issues in the workplace. There are still employers who will not hire people with locks. There are schools who don't allow students to come with locks. Like, I mean, locks are very, very discriminated against still in 2020. So keep all that in mind. I personally would absolutely never agree to work or go to school at a place that cared about my appearance, whether it's my hair or how I dress or tattoos, anything. I personally could not do that, but I understand everybody has different situations. So if you are in a situation where you know your employer will not like it or your school will not like it, and you're not willing to say fuck it pretty much, then I don't know what to tell you about that. You're gonna have to either alter what you want to do or find somewhere else to go. And the sixth and most final thing to know about locks is that it is a journey. You will not wake up overnight with locks down your back. This is a process. It takes time. One person's hair is not the next, so don't look at the next person and say, oh, well, her hair locked up in 3 months, and, you know, I'm 6 months down the line and I'm not even fully locked. It doesn't matter. Like I said, there's no one size fits all for locks. It depends on your texture. It depends on all kinds of things as far as to how fast your hair will lock. But just be patient and understand that, you know, it does not happen overnight. And once you get that through your head, that really, you know, it makes it a lot easier to just sit back and relax and watch it. So, you know, if you're going to be antsy and thinking, oh, it's my second retwist, why haven't I? No. That's not how it works. Locks do not work like that. It is a journey. And now, since we're actually in this whole shutdown quarantine, if you're thinking about locking your hair, this is the perfect time to do it. This is the perfect time to start anything that you wanted to start. But I really feel like locks, this is a good time to start, because the first month can be one of the hardest months to go through. And now if you're at home, you're stuck at home, you don't have anybody that, you know, has to see you. You can just focus on your hair and focus on getting comfortable with what your hair is doing. And, you know, spend a lot of time documenting your hair during the first month, because that's a fun thing to do as well, looking back on it and seeing how far you've come. So yes, quarantine time is the perfect time to start your lock journey. So if you're about to start your lock journey right now, drop it in the comments and let me know. Let me know what size you're going for, why you're ready to lock your hair, and let's get the conversation started. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. I will be doing my best to roll out weekly videos because I'm quarantined. My job is shut down like many of you, so I have a lot of free time and I'm doing a lot of productive things. So I will probably make a video about that as well coming up soon. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will chat with you all soon.